What's up, guys? David Land here, and welcome to the 1962 season of Indianapolis 500 Evolution Career Mode. We're starting this in the workshop because I want to show off some new stuff that's available to buy from the 1962 season. Though, for this first race at Trenton, I've decided to stick with my 1961 Epperle with the 1961 Offenhauser and the 1961 gearbox because it was the combination that took me to the national championship. So we'll see how competitive the package is and go from there for the Indianapolis 500, which is the second race of the season. But let's go into the shop first. I want to show you the new stuff that's available. So the first thing we can take a look at is a Porter chassis. We have not been able to buy a 1962 Porter at the moment. It's a new chassis. I'm not really sure. I don't know a lot of the history of it. I don't know how successful it is, but it'll be something we will be racing in this season, apparently. You can do a 4-speed transmission. I've already got a 4-speed transmission in the car at the moment, so right now I don't think I'll be buying this unless I have some top speed problems. And if I really have some top speed problems, I'll be buying the 1962 Offenhauser engine with a power increase of 25 horsepower, and the part can be fitted to my 1961 Epperle, so that'll be pretty good. And here is the really important thing, the Thompson. Now, the Thompson is our second generation rear engine car. This will be campaigned during this season by Dan Gurney, and the Thompson that is referred to in the name of the car is Mickey Thompson, the very, very famous land speed record holder, drag racer, all that stuff. So the Thompson will be interesting to see if it shows up throughout the entire season. It will certainly be there during the Indianapolis 500, again, in the hands of Dan Gurney. I don't think we're going to move on to the rear engine revolution just yet. I'm going to stick with the Epperle, like I said in the opening. So let's get to Trenton, and let's see how our 1961 equipment holds up in 1962. So here we are. You'll be able to see the new cars and stars for the 1962 season.
From car number 9.
Dick Rathman, of course, we know him. We've seen him a few times before.
Car number 19
Chuck Holtz did not take the pole from him, but look at the speeds, 133 miles an hour. They have increased in speed, and obviously Rathman was one of my championship rivals from last season. Don Branson in his Epperle, he was my main rival from last season. We had some major confrontations over the course of the year, particularly at the beginning of the season. So this is worrying me a bit, seeing 133s. That's about the top speed I've ever achieved at Trenton in my Epperle chassis. And now AJ goes to the top at a 134. Oh boy, AJ's going to be tough. Sachs goes to P2. Eddie Sachs, the Indianapolis 500 winner in this universe from 1961. Bobby Grimm at 133. Rutman, where's he going to be?
Car number 26
126.
Is next to make a run.
So there are going to be some slow cars. It's only a 25-lapper here at Trenton.
Car number 45 is next to make a run.
Boy, we are right down at the bottom of the timesheet, aren't we?
A great speed
only
from
Bud
car
Tinglestead
82.
and Jim McElreath are the two guys. Parnelli,
Car number 98
P3.
is next
He was
to
another
make a
one of
run.
our rivals. He was a rookie last year, as well as we were.
A
So,
fantastic
and
lap.
Lloyd
Car
Ruby.
number 12
Lloyd
has
Ruby
surely
goes to the
secured
top.
the pole with that speed.
That's a
A
car we haven't seen
fantastic
yet.
lap.
Roger
Car
Ward
number
takes the
3
pole away
has
from him at
surely secured the pole with that
135.
speed. Car number
135
32 is
miles
next
an
to make a
hour.
run.
Uh-oh. I may have made a terrible mistake by
Car number
sticking
4
with the
has
Epperle.
qualified for the race.
The national champion may not be so national
A
after this.
fantastic lap.
Bob Christie, well, let's get going. We might be racing with Mr. Christie for 18th instead of racing with Mr. Ward for first. Let's try it. All right, heading out onto the Trenton Speedway. You guys who are watching this series chronologically, you just saw this track, and I blew it in qualifying in racing for my national championship. This is where I won my national championship, but I did it coming home, I think, 11th. And now I've really got to find out what the challenge of this game is going to be like for this season. Seems like perhaps my 1961 equipment may be a little bit outmatched by the competition. Trenton has been a bugaboo track for me. I qualified on the pole in my very first race and was unable to capitalize on a victory. Was beaten to the line by Parnelli Jones. My second race was a complete disaster. Punctuated by a crash in qualifying right here. And a crash in the race right here. but I still was able to hold on to the national championship, win it. Now I'm defending the national championship. On the warm-up lap here, I'm going to need a 1:35.5, I believe, is the actual pole speed. And I'm not going to do it sliding the car like that. But this Trenton race is not terribly important. Remember, again, I didn't do very well at Trenton. You can have one bugaboo race. You can have one where you don't do too well.
His hand is up. He's starting his run.
So this is the kind of my test to see where we're going to be for Indianapolis, because that's the important race. Qualified on the pole in 1961. Again, was caught up in an accident with Don Branson in the early stages of the 1961 500 and was unable to capitalize on what could have been a magical day. But here we go. 1:31 is the warm-up speed coming out of turn number 3. At least what I consider turn number 3 on this track. You may consider it turn number 4. But let's see what we do here on lap number 1.
It's the final lap.
Oh, only a 1:31. I may have needed that extra horsepower. Up into 4th gear, hopefully. There it is. Down the back straightaway. Into turn number 2, the right-hander out into turn number 3 now. Wheels just above the white line. And here we go, coming through. I feel like I'm losing momentum. I should have probably gone with a 1962 offie to start this thing. In fact, my first lap was slower than my warm-up. What is my second lap going to be? No, not fast enough. We're going to be mid-pack for this race. So here's the starting grid, and as you can see, pretty much exactly mid-pack, with Roger Ward leading from Lloyd Ruby, A.J. Foyt, and Eddie Sachs, Parnelli Jones, Shorty Templeman, Bobby Grimm, Don Branson, Dick Rathman, Chuck Holes, me, David Land, Roger McCluskey, Johnny Boyd, Bud Tinglestad, Lynn Sutton, Alan Crow, Jim McElreath, Eddie Johnson, Troy Ruttman, Jack Turner, Bob Christie, and Ian Cadman. So there looks like there will be some lap traffic to deal with, even though it's a 25-lap race. Very short race. I'm going to have to get my butt to the front at a 1:31. I'm going to have to rely on some traffic. I'm going to have to rely on some driving skill. Let's see if we can chase down Roger Ward in the first race of the 1962 season.
Welcome to Trenton International Speedway. This 1.5-mile oval track is very fast and a popular stop for all the drivers and teams.
All right, here we go, Trenton. 11th place. Ward and Ruby bring us down. We are
Green flag.
underway. So, what is it going to be like? Hulse goes around the outside. Rathman's out of the groove. I should have downshifted there. Hulse is going to hold up Rathman, but I'm on the wrong side of the right-hander. Rathman will probably get a better run through here unless I can undercut him, which I can't. A lot of speed from Rathman out of turn number 2 into turn number 3 for the first time. Some cars sliding wide. One car getting out of the groove. I've got a car behind me. Car going around the outside, potentially. That's McCluskey. Side by side with McCluskey. This is tough. Oh, I may have been a bit too cocky as the national champion going into this race. Thinking, sure, I can just bring my 1961 equipment and be fine. McCluskey got into the wall. I think I may have forced him up there a little bit. Good Lord, look at this pack of cars. I might not even score points in this race. Car way off to the side on the right-hander. I don't know all the paint schemes yet. That looks like Branson, maybe. Yeah, Don Branson still driving a bit erratically from the 1961 season. Eddie Sachs has fallen through the field. We're about to try to overtake him. Again, this is a sprint race, so we have to get to the front. We have to start passing cars. There's not a lot of room for waiting around. Car, little bit of understeer. Branson's going to go slow. We're going to renew our rivalry with Branson. There's Sachs side by side with Branson. We're going to go flat out through here. We have to carry the momentum. Wow, that was close. No, that continues to be close. Oh my goodness. I did not want to bang wheels with Eddie Sachs. He got up into the wall. Looks like he's still okay though. No crash. Just kind of kiss the wall. Just a little peck on the cheek. Boyd behind. Couldn't get around. So now the race starts to settle down just a little bit. See if I can't get a good exit off of one here. Looks like I'm able to do so. Thankfully, not all the cars are running their qualifying pace. You know, you can't run the qualifying pace in traffic, so that's helping me out immensely. Let's see if we can get underneath Branson here. Run right next to the grass, unable to do it. Branson sweeps around the outside. And I don't know, my gearing is just not right for this track at the moment. Get a really good run on Branson. We're running the same chassis. He's probably in a 1962 engine, though, or with a 1962 Offenhauser. Right around the bottom of the track. Slid the car a little bit. And no, but Branson's going to have a bad exit. And will I get around him? He's got straight line speed advantage, but I've got cornering advantage and go through the right-hander. Now I get to race Rathman again. Lloyd Ruby, who was on the front row, is not anymore. He's back here racing with us for 7th position. And Branson back to the inside, side by side. Fade over on him a little bit. That's a Formula One move. Before Formula One, I think, well, Formula One existed in 1961, but it wasn't what it is now. Branson gets into the back of me. He absolutely rammed me. And the rivalry with Don Branson continues. He absolutely drove me into that corner. And now I screwed up the turn 2. I ran Don Branson's line for him there. Parnelli is in the lead once again, showing some incredible form here at Trenton. Oh, and Boyd goes to the inside, as does McElreath, as does Sutton. Oh no, that was bad because now I'm completely out of the points. Underneath McElreath. Let's see if we can get around McElreath. Yes. See if I can get that exit. Ooh, that Sachs right behind. He's mad at me. Ooh, I just cut off McElreath. Being a moving chicane right now. Boyd was very fast. That surprised me how quick he caught me and passed me there. It's going to be a hectic race, I can tell already. And carrying a little bit of momentum through the corner. I don't think I got a very good exit, though. I hear him coming behind me like a horde of angry bees. But McElreath wasn't able to get a run for whatever reason. He either had to lift off or whatever. Off the gas, off the throttle, car in the wall. I believe that's Ruby. Really blowing your opportunity there, Lloyd. Side by side, that's McElreath around the outside. I will drive a bit of a defensive line into turn number 2. I didn't cut it off as much as I wanted to, but it meant McElreath had to lift off on the outside. And I slid the car in the middle of the corner. McElreath easily going to get by me this time. No question about that. Back to 12th place. Got to run in his draft. Try to go around the outside. Nothing doing there. Trying to get that exit speed. The exit speed's what is going to help me here. Ruby really slow. Now we'll get McElreath because Ruby held up McElreath. Boyd does not play nice with Ruby. Does not play nice with Ruby. We'll go around the outside. Whoa, no. Nah, McElreath got back around, and Sachs gets. We make contact with Sachs. He tried to get me. He tried to get me. Oh, he is mad. He is upset, angry. Sutton down to the inside. He will capitalize on Eddie Saxon. I'm driving one sloppy race, folks. And Ruby out of the groove. I get into Ruttman now. I'm hitting all the white cars. He's angry. I don't blame him. He goes way out to the outside. Please don't try to take me out. Gonna try to go through the corner. And here comes Sachs to the outside. McCluskey. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. McCluskey's still angry with me. I'm making so much contact with these folks. Still got 15 laps to go, too. Oh, my goodness. McCluskey just, he just put that car as close as you can possibly put it without hitting someone. Good bit of driving skill required there. Okay, I'm going to take the inside line because clearly running up top there was not helping me out, doing me any favors. Ruttman, got to track him down now. Got to get back through all these guys I made mad. Ruby's still dropping through the field. He's the white car leading this three-car breakaway of white cars. There he goes up into the wall. Something is wrong with Lloyd Ruby. I wonder if there was some contact on the opening lap that caused some trouble to his car, but he's lost 2 more positions. We're the two dropping like lead balloons right now. Qualified 11th. Where is that pace? Underneath Ruby. Boy, the curse of Trenton. Decent corner there. Decent corner. McCluskey's still in line behind me. He's there to strike if I make a mistake. Perhaps I should say when I make a mistake. Right on the bottom. There, that's a little bit better. Now if I cannot hit Ruby on the exit. Oh, this is perfect. Right underneath Ruby. Into turn 2. And sweep around him. And have the preferred line into turn 3. That's very nice. That was nicely executed. So I've discovered the low line, the incredibly low line. The apron may be the place to be here for the final 11 laps of this one. He says as he doesn't run the apron, and Johnson goes to the inside. And he pulls around McCluskey. We're still banging wheels with McCluskey. He shakes his fist at me. See if we can get Johnson here. We have to get back around these guys. That means Ruby still is falling through the field since we got around him. Oh, McCluskey again around the outside. Man, I am missing out in turn 3. Badly missing out. To turn 1. Let's run my line this time. Right down the apron. Get the car turned. Help the car turn. There we go. That's better. That's much better. The stewards will have an issue with that, I'm sure. The USAC officials, not the stewards. But whatever. They haven't banned it yet. And I wonder if I could downshift in turn 3, it would make my exits better. I just don't know. Again, behind Eddie Johnson, got a run on him. Now we are within 10 laps to go. Ah, got loose. That's going to give McCluskey the opportunity if he takes it. No, he does not. He was too far behind. Their cars running side by side up ahead. Still the 2 white cars of Ruttman and Sachs. So if I can not run into Johnson and not get terrible exits off of the corners like I'm doing right now, I may be able to catch them because they are battling very hard, but right now we're not in the points. This is a problem. I even scored points in the first Trenton race. I just didn't score them in the last one. So this is a bit of an issue here. Right down the apron. Probably could have gotten on it a little bit later. Might have helped my exit a little bit because I slid the car in the center of the corner. Let's go. Let's go, Mr. Johnson. It's still not quite where I want it. Not quite where I want it. Sounded like a car got in the wall. I thought I heard the noise of contact being made. Right down the apron, car wide in turn 1. I was looking at that and I missed out. I probably should have downshifted. I didn't. That'll probably give McCluskey a shot. Nope, he's not there, so no big deal. Lift off, lift off, lift off. On the throttle. No sliding of the car that time. But did McCluskey gain? Yeah, I hear him. He's right there. And into turn number 1 again. Early downshift. Ah, I had to lift. That's so annoying. I had to lift. Center of the corner, because the last thing I want to do is push up, crash, and get a DNF. I love some lap traffic right now. That's what I really want. That's what would really help me out right now. I don't know if I'm going to get it, though. Because I think the leaders only catch lap traffic right about the... If I remember correctly, leaders should be catching the lap traffic right about now in the race, the way it worked, at least in the early first race in Trenton last year, or last season. But who knows? I don't know if we have any scrubs in this field. It seemed like we did. There were a couple guys way off the pace. Then again, they were only at 125. And yours truly was at 131. So 6 miles an hour. Did I gain any time downshifting in turn 3? I don't think I did. That's kind of a momentum corner. Ooh, maybe I shouldn't have gotten quite on as far down as I did in that. Yeah, that was bad, because the transition there, you may have seen the car transition where it looked like it was going on the banking through a right turn like that. And that was no bueno. If you've got right-handed banking on a left-handed turn, there's probably something wrong with the way you're taking the turn. Just a thought. So we are at least pulling away from McCluskey, but we're not really gaining on Johnson. And a car on the wall. Here we go.
Is limping back to the pits.
Rathman. No major damage to Rathman, but it'll cost him a place. Benefits me, but it really doesn't, because there's no points available for where I am in the field. Right down the grass I go. And McCluskey's there again. He's right there again, because I got through turn 1 badly, because I was trying to avoid the crash. And he tries to go around the outside. That ain't working. I kind of took away his line. But now I've just got to get through turn number 2 well, which I do.
Makes a pit stop.
And that's just that's Rathman just getting to the pits. Clearly it wasn't too bad of a crash, but he needed to come into the pits, get it repaired. If I could get a couple more of those, that'd be great. Oh, don't cause it, but don't cause it, but don't cause it. Good Lord. Good Lord, do not cause it.
No fuel this time for car number 9.
So Rathman's going to come out just behind us. So clearly, I'm going to need to buy some upgrade parts, if not a brand new car. I think, because Indianapolis is a power track, I think I may be able to get away with just doing
pit stop for car number 9.
The new Offenhauser engine. I don't think I'm going to upgrade the chassis. I don't think I need to. I'm comfortable with the Epperly.
It's the final lap.
I just don't know. This is going to give me a lot of thought here. Being the national champion and coming home well off the pace. So here we go through turn number 2. And into turn 3 for the final time. Hopefully I didn't give McCluskey a run on me. It looks like he's gaining. He's right there. Oh no! Oh no! It's going to be a drag race to the line with McCluskey! Oh no, really? 15th. Oh man. So how the race ends? Well, 1962 starts off the way 1961 did. Parnelli Jones with the victory over Chuck Holst, Bobby Grimm third, Roger Ward the pole sitter fourth, Shorty Templeman fifth. The sixth place went to McElreath, Branson seventh, Sutton eighth, Foyt ninth, Eddie Sachs 10th. So Sutton was the last guy with a point, and that gives a big-time trouble for us in the point standings. So let's take a look at the full list, and then we'll give some final thoughts, because there's a lot to think about. So there we are, the point standings, the full season score table at the moment. Parnelli is on top with 10 points. Holst second, Grimm, Ward, Templeman, McElreath, Branson, and Sutton are the guys who have scored. I have not. And we'll look down through the rest of the field. Lots and lots of people. Lots of people. There are 51 drivers who have a chance of participating in this year's national championship. It's a very competitive field, obviously much more competitive than last year. And the next race is the big one, the 1962, the 46th edition of the Indianapolis 500. And you know, as from the 1961 season, there'll be two videos for that. First will be pole day qualifying, pole day and bump day qualifying. And right now, I'm a little bit worried because I don't know what the package is. My package is, in terms of my chassis, engine, gearbox, is not up to task right now. So I may struggle to qualify for the race. That may be a very interesting video. And then, of course, the 46th running of the Indianapolis 500. Can I back up my pole winning performance last year and improve on, I think I was 22nd in last year's 500? It wasn't very good. But it should be very exciting. It'll be a long race, an exciting race. So I hope to see you there. This has been David Land on YouTube. Leave a like on the video and subscribe for more Indianapolis 500 Evolution. And we'll see you at the 46th running of the Indianapolis 500.